Yeah, I mean, obviously it's certainly great to get the first one, and teams, the organization, from the get-go, got a group of guys, led by MacRae, that took a leap of faith to come to New York and, get our veteran leadership going, and it's just a great group of guys, and just so happy for them, the organization, to beat a team like Georgia with all those veterans on there, and being down in the fourth quarter there, and just amazing. I mean, guys just stepping up all over the place, making plays from, Alex Woodall in the face-offs to Alex Bouquet in the net. And Danny Lomas put some goals in there, and just pulled the goal at the end, got that 6-on-5 goal. So, you just never know when that first win's going to come, and certainly this is a special one. And I'm just happy for the organization, happy for the players. It's a group of guys really believe in. And, it's been tough getting up here every week. Believing in these guys and talking about a loss. And but for tonight, still didn't put those full 60 together. But to have a comeback win like that against a storied franchise like Georgia, who's a playoff contender every year, championship caliber team, is a special one.
Finally get that first win. How much of a sigh of relief and weight off your shoulders, just as an organization, is it now that the first one's out of the way?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, right? I mean, you're 0-5, and then to go to 0-6, and again, guys could have quit, right? I mean, you're down in a game there. It's such a mental game too there. But like I said, our guys just battled, right? Our leadership group, and keeping the guys positive, and we got some momentum going there. It wasn't a great crowd tonight because of the weather there, but the fans that were there, it really gave us a lot of energy. So we're looking forward to more games here in our barn in the Nassau Coliseum.
Big performances from Dan Lomas, Kieran McCardle, both with hat tricks. Tell me just what you saw clicking with them tonight and how they were able to help elevate this team.
Oh, I mean, McCardle's it's a great story, right? I mean, the guy's a 4-year vet, comes from Toronto there, and healthy scratch last week, in our last game, and kind of like a professional. He hasn't played the best lacrosse there, and but he. For a guy to come out like that, after being a healthy scratch and pick up his game in his home turf, and his Long Island native, is certainly. I'm just proud of him, and the guys really rallied around that early on. Again, not easy being a vet sitting down there, but he really picked his game up, and then, Danny, going into the fourth quarter, he just made some huge shots for us, and he's a guy that been looking for a home. We're glad to have him there, and some shots fell, and we couldn't be more excited, except for the players in the room, for the staff that really believe in the guys, and more importantly for our organization and fans.
Going into overtime, first time as a team, what was kind of the message to your squad on the bench as you guys got set for that extra period?
Like you said, I mean, it's just you got to stick to your principles and systems. You get 2 up, you get 2 down there, and obviously, it usually doesn't bode well. So just stick to our system and principles. Had a couple stops on defense there, and we had an opportunity to can it there with John Rannigan there, and then the ball comes back down, and get a stop on D. And like I said, Captain put this team on his shoulder, Dan MacRae. Like I said, he took a leap of faith to come here. Not easy coming from a championship team like Calgary, and to come here with a bunch of young guys, and it's obviously frustrating at times, but he's really keeping the faith. And like I said, for a guy like that to put the team on his back, I'm proud of him, and his commitment to New York Riptide.
How do you guys look to build off this win? Obviously, San Diego next week, to just continue this momentum and put that full 60 minutes together, like you said.
Yeah, well, before we got San Diego, we got to go down to Philly, right? And we let one slip away on Philly, 10 days ago, and here. So they're a league opponent. It's going to be on the road Friday night in Philly, and so we're excited now to get another shot at them. And they're playing some good lacrosse now, and then we'll focus, turn our focus to San Diego. But our focus is enjoying the win tonight, and enjoying the families and the fans are around us, and good time to reflect, and then we'll sleep on it, get up in the morning, and start working on the Philadelphia Wings.
Tonight, the team was raising funds and awareness for cancer. Just talk about your involvement with that and how special it was to be able to do something like that. I know you all also visited a hospital, so just being able to reach out to the community and make such an impact in the first year of the franchise.
I mean, with the Stick Up to Cancer night, everyone's been affected, or has a family member or a relative or a friend that's gone through it. So it was just a special night. Our ownership group had a son battling through cancer. He's in remission now, Cameron Baker, and he came in, got to see the team beforehand. Certainly I think that played a part in it. You never like to think so, and but you know, guys really, you know, puts life in perspective. You know, it's just a lacrosse game, right? And so we're happy for him. You know, Coach MacRae, Captain MacRae.
Yes. Maybe your contract.
Gets a little coachy sometimes, but you know, Captain MacRae, you know, gave Cameron, you know, Baker the game ball, and you know, Cameron's a little tired, so he had to go home there. So Eric, our owner, will give it to him tonight.
You said that you have Philadelphia again in their place. Is there anything that you could take from the first time that you played them, like adjustments that you're going to make for when you go down there and face them again, or?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I mean, they're going to make adjustments on us, and you know, certainly we got lots to clean up and from film there, and it should be a good, you know, in division game, and like it was a battle, you know, a few weeks ago. Okay.
That goal was going through your head, and just how you were able to, you know, find the back of the net and get this team its first win in franchise history.
Yeah, it was all around team effort tonight. Obviously, it started with Book in net. I thought he was absolutely standing on his head, especially in that first half. You know, to hold a team like that to, I think it was 5 or 6 goals at halftime, really set us up to put us in a position to succeed. So it was everybody kind of pulling the rope the same way. Buki defense at times, and then the offense obviously in the end of the third and the fourth quarter, putting us in a position to win the game. So end of the game, you know, a couple shifts into overtime. Usually overtime ends pretty quick, so to have a few down and backs and get some stops. We were down to 8 D guys at a time, so guys were just, you know, playing with their hearts at that point, and they were really gassed. So just trying to get over the line, not getting the 8-second violation to start, and turned and looked at the bench, and all the defenders just seemed to slack off. So I don't know, closed my eyes and shot the ball. Thankfully went in, and all the boys were running towards me. That's kind of all I remember.
You guys were able to, you know, find success at the face-off tonight. Talk about, you know, Woodall's performance and how you guys were able to, you know, win a ton in transition to, you know, wind up with this win.
Yeah, Woody's been battling. This guy's never really played indoor lacrosse, so it's been a big learning curve for him. And you know, for a guy to step in and do what he did tonight and do what he's been doing all year is nothing short of you know, spectacular. So he was dominating. They tried to throw 3 or 4 different guys at him. He was putting the ball in different spots. He was putting it back over their heads, winning it forward. The guy to be able to do that—that's a special talent. And you know, if he wasn't able to get us those extra possessions, we're obviously not setting ourselves up. And the biggest one was probably in the fourth quarter there, where Cody was able to find a goal. So not only was he getting us possessions, but he was sparking the offensive transition. So he had a hell of a game.
What was kind of going through the bench's mind, that tie game goal as it bounces across the line, and you know, you're waiting to see if it is actually a goal? What was kind of the reaction when you guys found out the game was tied?
I think we knew it was in. I don't know. Lomas is a pretty convincing guy, so he told us it was in when he came to the bench. So we all believed it, and you know, it was just playing with a little bit of desperation, belief and desperation. So those are 2 dangerous things to have on a team to be playing against. So I thought that's all it was. You know, we were sick and tired of going into that locker room, losing games, close games, not close games. So I think it was just everybody, you know, finally just sick and tired of having that bitter taste in their mouth. And guys have been putting in the work off the floor. We've been holding each other accountable, setting goals, making sure that we're working hard to do that. So it wasn't just the effort tonight. You know, it's been the effort kind of all week through the bye week. So just proud of each and every one of the guys tonight.
Like Coach said, you guys go down to Philly next week and then come back home for San Diego back to back. What do you guys have to do to, you know, prepare for the 2-game slate next week, and also just build momentum off of the first one? Yeah,
it's a huge divisional game. So I think we just learned off of the last game. They got some big shooters on that team. I think we got to be able to do a good job to shut down their big threats. Crowley had a big game. Career, you know, Hickey, they're obviously dangerous on the power play. So anything we do to limit those guys getting their shots will be big. I thought our offense played extremely well in that game too. So we're going to look at the tape. Obviously, we do a good job of that week in and week out. Learn from our mistakes and just keep trying to get better every night. That's all we've been saying all year so far. Training camp through to every single game. As long as we're getting better as a group, we feel like we're going to be heading in the right spot, because we have the pillars, you know, to succeed, and we believe in each other.
Have you seen, and I didn't know you got the result that you were on to today in the victory, but have you seen additional improvements or an evolution from the team since you first saw them in training camp, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Just from playing in our specific 5-on-5 units, as a defense, you know, finding guys, you know, that are playing spots, you start, you know, building chemistry on both sides of the ball. You get used to playing with one or two guys. If the communication's not there, you're used to making a play based off of what they're doing. So I thought we really been coming together. We're learning the little things in box lacrosse, and especially in this game, it's so fast that one half a step here, one half a step there can burn you. So it's a big credit to our coaching staff, to keep us focused on the big goal and fine tune the little things. Week in and week out, that's led us to this point and finding our first win. So now we're going to reset those goals and keep looking for more.
Awesome.
A hat trick that seemed to come in the blink of an eye. Just taking through, the opportunities you saw to find the back of the net as quickly as you did to come up in the clutch for this team.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, it's up front. You've got a group of guys that really doesn't care who gets it done. Coach Marsh has given us all the tools, and it's taken us a few games to really get comfortable with each other. And I think what you saw out there tonight was guys really just willing to put their body on the line to get it done. And we were kind of sick of playing a lot of games where our defense had played really well and our goalie had stood on his head, but we only put 4 or 5 goals on the board. And as a group, we kind of sat down and realized that we had to just do more and get to those kind of grimy areas and push guys around and really take control of the game. So at the end of the day, you look at the beginning of the game and you see a guy like Kieran McArdle get 3 goals for us after being a healthy scratch, and coach talked about how big a professional that is, right? To step into that and pull that off is something that gets everyone else around him going. So I mean, for me, during that time, the shots were just going in because other guys were putting in the work. So for us, it's like I said, this is a group that ultimately, with the exception of draft picks, is put together based on guys that other teams didn't want. So that's kind of our attitude in that room. No one believes in us except the guys in that room, and I think you saw that come out tonight.
You guys were down 5-3 at halftime. What was kind of the message in the locker room from the coach or just guys on the team to really step up and find a way to grind this one out?
I think for us, at least from the offensive perspective, it was looking at how well our goalie was playing, looking at how well our defense was playing, and they were the heartbeat. And we just weren't getting to those areas I was talking about. And we came into the room and we talked about how we just have to be better and we have to be willing to put our body on the line in order to get things done. And ultimately we came out in the third quarter and we were just running through the middle. We were pushing guys around and we started taking control of the game.
You see Lyle do what he was able to do, and obviously Shane as well. 5 straight hat tricks to not give up when you see 2 talented guys like that continue to score, and you guys are just resilient going back and forth with a team that is, like Coach said, a championship caliber team. To be able to notch your first win against them, a divisional opponent. How big and great of a feeling is that?
Again, those are fantastic players, and in our league, there's fantastic players on every team. So I think it's just finding a way to kind of control what they can get. If they're going to get their goals, they'll get their goals, but we try as hard as you can as a defense to try to not let them get other guys involved as well, right? So for us, it's watching that, trying to reflect on it a little bit, but from our perspective, like I said, we don't have any superstars that are going to go out there and put 6-7 goals up in a single game. It's, a group of guys that are willing to do anything. You see guys get, healthy scratch tonight, and they're the first guys on the floor giving out high fives after a win. So that's the stuff that this group's based on, and again, that's what's going to keep pushing us forward.
Now, you guys are 1-5. It's almost like the halfway point, but you're still very much in this East Division. What do you guys have to do next week? Obviously, 2 games on the board to find a way and just dig deeper to continue to move your way up the standings and find a way to make it happen in the second half.
I think for us, it's just trying to put together 60 minutes. We talked as a group. We still haven't done that. And we know if we can do that, we can put it together consistently, we'll be a dangerous team to play against. It's there's a lot of will in that locker room, and like Dan said, that's a dangerous quality to have in this league because week to week anybody can win. So it's having that that mindset, and again, it's not being satisfied with getting one. This is now you come in the room after that, and you see that feeling, it's getting addicted to that feeling, and it's pushing forward to keep getting it.
How special was it for you to, play in the Nassau Coliseum the last couple games, crowd coming out and supporting you all? How special is it for you and the rest of your teammates that they gave you the energy to especially get the win for tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's, the weather's not ideal out there, and you got an Islanders game in here before, and there, there was all the adversity in the world that, we could have used as an excuse as a group, just getting out of your routine, but to get out there and to hear the fans and you know, as you give them something to cheer for, I think that really pushed our group forward. You know, they started to believe in us, you know, before we even did. So I think that, you know, having that as a quality in your crowd and having loyal fans like that, it's going to help us in the long run.
Anything else? Thanks.